And welcome back. Bruce Porter joins us now for this week's Dollars and Cents segment, sponsored by the Resource Center. Good to see you again.
Yeah, always good to see you.
I'm glad you're here. Everybody's worried.
Survived another week, so we're back.
Yeah, but everybody's worried about their money right now.
Yeah, we're getting some calls. People a little worried, nervous. They're wondering why they didn't make as much money this year if they're renewing right now, or why their money is down and they're not sure what to do. Well, the thing I think you've got to ask yourself, are you an investment planner or are you in a retirement planning mode? So if you're an investment planner, then growth is the only objective you have.
Yeah.
And when the markets are down, you've got the opportunity to buy shares of your favorite company on sale.
Essentially,
right?
a sale is
Right.
happening. Yeah.
I think we've got some slides that kind of give us the gist of that. But you've got to consider: are you diversified? If you're not retired, let's use that person first. I'm not retired. I'm putting money away. My objective is growth. All I want is my money to go up. I'd like it to go up tomorrow, but I really want it to go up when I get older.
Right.
So when I'm retired is when I want high value. But right now, I'm focused on growth. And now, when the markets are down, dollar cost averaging is you put $100 in an investment, right?
Regularly.
And you do it every month or every week or however often you do it. So one week you might buy 100 shares, $1 a share. Next week you might buy 50. Because it went up, right? The next week you might buy 200 because it went down.
Yeah.
And so you're just buying. So as your dollar cost averaging over a long period of time, your average share price is going to be more reasonable than if you just took a big bucket of money and bought it on one day.
Right.
Then you're stuck at that price. So now, as you diversify your portfolio, different sectors, you don't want to buy 3 different automobile supply parts companies, right?
Okay,
You're not
yeah.
diversified. You're in the same sector. You want some energy, you want, some pharmaceuticals, you want some industrial stock, things like that. That's how you diversify and you get a good mix. And if you're a younger investor, the more risk is good because you've got that opportunity, that propensity for growth.
You've got time too.
Well, and you've
True.
got time. You got time to weather these storms.
But the one good thing here, if there is anything good to say about the current climate, is that when you put your money in, you get your paycheck and you put a little bit in your 401k or whatever, it's going a lot further right now. So you think about you're buying more shares of whatever you're putting it into. So down the road, hopefully that will, reflect exponentially.
That's exactly
we
right.
hope.
The one thing you don't want to do is don't short your 401k because of the current circumstance.
Yeah.
And stop making contributions to make your paycheck higher. I get it. I understand. Fuel's high. Everything's higher. But try to keep it in perspective. And people are going to do whatever they have to do. But retirement planning will creep up on you. Now, if you're an older person like me, I've got a little bit of money in the market. I've got some money in some safe stuff and things like that. So as I'm getting older, I'm going to take a more conservative approach. So now I'm not going to be as interested in growth as I am the conservation of my money and things like that. And I think we've got another slide that'll.
Here we go.
Here we go. So if I'm in this retirement planning mode, safety, security, protection, flexibility, I can also say growth. I want growth.
Sure.
But this also becomes priority.
Sure.
Sustainable income in the future, things like that. Those things are a little bit more of my interest than just growth. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely it
Because
does.
when we're younger,
Yeah.
I don't care about this.
No, it's a
Because
million
I don't
years
need my
off.
money, and if it goes down, I'm going to put more in if I can. But
Right.
people do the exact opposite.
Yeah.
They pull back. But as it comes up, you just keep going and you dollar cost average. Here, I've got tools that I'm using for these objectives. So I guess to sum this up, if you're concerned about the current situation, the current economics, the current political environment, everything that we're in, review where you're putting your money. Review the tool that you're using and find a tool that's going to be more, what you want.
Right.
Don't.
That's why you
don't
have
just,
an advisor, though.
That's right. Don't buy
it.
rate of return because nobody knows what that is. Go to my QR code. I'll be glad to sit down and visit and help. But find the tool that most matches what your objectives are. I guess that would be my point.
Yeah.
Yes, and don't panic. Just don't panic.
Oh no reason to panic. We've been through this as a country for several times, and
When I see you running down the street screaming, I'll know it's time for me to panic. That's kind of what
right.
Thanks, Bruce.
And that's not going to happen. If you have a financial question for him, you know the drill. Go to his website, resourcecenterinc.com, or give him a call, 417-882-1800. We will see you next week.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. All right, we've got a lot